Welcome back to Breakfast Television. It is time to welcome senior business editor Mike Eppel from 680 News this morning. How are you, Mike?
Good, Pam. How are you this morning?
I am doing all right. Keeping
Good.
my eyes
nice
open.
To hear. That's probably earlier than you're used to, right?
A little, just a little.
That's all right.
A perennial favorite topic for many of us, the housing market.
Yeah.
I guess it's still booming. It has been for the last, many weeks, actually.
Yeah, you know what? It's been remarkable, actually, how the real estate market has shown resiliency coming out of the pandemic shutdown. Before March and April hit, we saw pent-up demand for real estate, and prices were higher, and the talk was that this year we'd see year-over-year gains and prices would continue to go up. And then the pandemic struck, and everybody went, well, the real estate market's going to take a hit here, right? No, not at all. In fact, we just got the numbers in from the Toronto Real Estate Board this morning, and prices have surged year-over-year to well over $1 million on average, or just shy of $1 million on average through the 416 and 905. The downtown core, though, still has the highest prices on comparable levels, but sales are up 30% from July of last year. Now, some of that has to do with the fact that, yes, people who were looking to buy have now gone into the market, but, we've got record low mortgage rates. The market seems somewhat disconnected from what we're seeing in the labor trends, certainly, and that's maybe a red flag going forward here. But you're also seeing a migration to some extent, more indications that people are looking for properties with more space, a new living arrangement in the work from home environment, maybe less of an open concept, maybe properties with more offices, or in bedrooms to cordon themselves off from the kids, so to speak.
Exactly,
all sorts of changing dynamics in the marketplace right now. But overall, prices are up, sales are up, and the number of new listings starting to rise as well.
And on the flip side, and I guess for exactly that reason, as you say, people want more space. The condo market is actually kind of taking a hit here. Well,
it depends. Rental numbers are down. Sales numbers have held steady and in some cases are on the rise. Prices are actually up year over year, according to the data again this morning that we just got in. Prices, I think, for condos are up about 8% compared to a year ago. So we are seeing a changing dynamic. But, I just looked at the detached home prices in the 416, $1.5 million, which is up something like 20% or more from a year ago. So, again, space matters. And people are willing to pay for it. And in some cases, they're not even going in to look at the properties. They're buying them sight unseen. We've seen that trend a little bit more as well.
Can you imagine?
Well, because people got used to the idea during the pandemic. Well, you can't go in for an open house. So you look online and maybe do a little bit more of online investigation, I suppose, in the property. And if something comes up, depending on where it is, it lasts for maybe a couple of days. And it's sold, and in many cases, over asking price.
Wild.
Yeah.
So in the United States, President Trump is pushing for a huge bailout for the airline industry there. And I guess the Canadian airlines are hoping for the same from our government.
Well, this has been something that the head of Air Canada, Kalen Rovanescu, has been talking about for a while. He's been, and the travel industry in this country in general have been pressuring the Trudeau government to loosen the restrictions because our airlines are flying at, 80% below capacity, if not even more. So it's either that or they're going to need financial assistance. Air Canada lost well over $1 billion in the latest quarter. WestJet's owned by Onyx now. In the U.S., the talk, though, is about a $25 billion bailout of the aviation industry there. So you wonder if they're getting support, will that add to the pressure here on the Canadian government to do something for our domestic airline industry as well? There is talk that there are meetings going on right now about, okay, how do we make sure that flying is safe to do? How do we loosen the restrictions and that sort of thing? And there might be a little bit of a break on that in the next couple of days.
Does seem like it's going to be hard for them to survive the way it's going, right?
It's very difficult. You can't, personal travel across the border to the United States is difficult. You can't do it, but you can fly. But then you have to go into quarantine, and then it's country by country. And the dynamics for an airline that works globally with each and every jurisdiction, the challenges are quite high.
Strange times. Thank you so much, Michael.
All right. Thanks. Good talking to you.
You too. See you soon.